Welcome to day one of the Minnesota Renaissance Festival. It's a little drizzly, it's 9 a.m. Chris and I are going to make the most of the day because we want to find the best of the festival for you. Each of us is going to pick our top 5 favorite festival things and we'll share them with you at the end.
I chose to dress like they did in the Renaissance.
Very importantly, I'm proud of myself. I chose these shoes because they should handle the mud and the rain today.
I kind of feel we should have maybe done a little bit more dressing up for this, but
I am kind of.
I suppose, yeah. The Minnesota Renaissance Festival is celebrating its 53rd season this summer. We went on August 17th, the first day of this year's festival. It's open on weekends through September 29th.
Each weekend has a unique theme. There are 7 of them, plus Festival Friday. The first weekend was Once Upon a Time. Upcoming themes include Bold North Adventure, Woofstock, and Wine, Chocolate, and Romance.
Check out that bird. That puppet that lady's holding.
This is my best friend. I have a key for unlocking my dreams.
Oh, yes! The festival features 16 stages of entertainment, 250 artisans, over 50 family activities, and plenty of food and drink options.
Signature with the needle and thread. So if you look right up in here, it's a big wooden screw.
Melissa loves a goat and a donkey. I think I know what's going to make the list. That donkey.
Away we go, riding on a donkey.
That's it. Come forth and confront me if you have the pith for it.
You question my pith.
I challenge your pith.
I smell an insult.
Might be your tights that you remember to wash them out.
Forget my tights. We're talking about my pith.
That's why you have to wash them out.
I thought you had a blind date last week.
I did. She left me breathless and misty-eyed.
Pepper spray will do that.
No kidding.
Come you back at the hour of such violence upon this pier.
Any loose items with your friends? Yeah.
Okay, Melissa has chosen to fence. I would have fenced her because, you know, I could have kicked her butt, but somebody has to hold the camera, so that's why I'm not fencing. Pretty. Are you nervous?
A little.
There Melissa goes.
Good grief.
Ready? Got it. Fight!
Let's go, Melissa!
Ready? Fight! Ready? Fight!
Get him! Woo! I'm glad I did not fight Melissa. Just a cold-blooded killer.
It was fun. And now the rain stopped. Perfect. Oh! Woo!
We'll just do the shot where I hit the bell.
21 years ago, I did that, the sliding joust, and it was so much fun.
Is it going to make your top 5 list this year, you think?
I think I'm too big to do it.
I do this without ripping his face off, you all should scream. Don't worry, the only thing you would make this truly dangerous is wind. Ready, and...
Here's a little tip. Before lunch, make sure you take a full tour of the festival or scan your program's QR code to get a good look at all the options. We enjoyed our lunches, but later on noticed places that we would have preferred. Mine's a Taco Tot.
Okay, we were in this crazy long line that involved the turkey drumstick. Tons of people waiting. It was just on the other side of this area. No line at all.
Hey, it's by the Queen's Gate.
Chewy has been performing his amazing stunts at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival for 43 years. I remember watching him perform when I was a kid.
Yeah, because I remember.
I have partied drunk in Minnesota before!
Here's yours, ma'am.
Do you want some of the King's Nuts or no?
I guess.
Thank you.
Cashew pecan.
Hello. The King's Nuts is a tradition.
Let's try the King's Nuts.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so Minnesota Renaissance Festival tradition. Getting the King's Nuts when you leave the festival.
That is not my tradition, but it must be yours. Huh?
I remember my family doing it. Actually, my family probably only bought it once, but I really remembered it because I think my parents were probably giggling and I didn't get it. And then when I was a teenager and I was like, oh, the King's Nuts.
You're really into the King's Nuts, aren't you? It's hard to get into the King's Nuts. It's hard
Well,
you need scissors?
I think so.
Well, that's a new kinky thing. Mine's cashew. What's yours?
Pecan. I hope they're as good as they've always been.
Okay, do we go at the same time?
Sure.
Let's do cashews. Mmm. Oh, soft. Mm-hmm. Nougat.
Mmm. The tradition will continue. These are delicious. Or mine's delicious. What do you think?
Ooh, not bad.
As promised, we are each going to share our 5 favorite things from the 2024 Minnesota Renaissance Festival.
We could have done it when we were there, but we really wanted to put some thought into this and make sure that we got everything right.
Also, if we did it while we were doing it, then we would have had experiences
No,
we hadn't had yet.
No, I mean like after. I mean like after.
Oh yeah, we needed to sleep on it.
We did. This is very important stuff.
Number 5 for me was fencing.
Fencing? Hmm? Okay, I would not have guessed that.
That was fun.
What did you like about it?
My favorite part was when our swords clanged. Like, I want to do more of that sort of thing.
Honey, just play with the grandchildren. You can fence all the time. They love to do things like that.
But I might injure them and I don't want to injure them. Or I have to be nice or they're going to change the rules on me. Come on now.
You're a little competitive then, huh? I have number 5 as Puke Snot. The Puke Snot show. That is my number 5. The banter, the jokes, a lot of dad jokes. I don't know, just the timing.
A lot of innuendos.
Yes. So that was my number 5.
My number 4, the Queen's apple dish.
Oh, really?
It's delicious.
Yeah, actually, that does not surprise me. Melissa's been talking about caramel apples. She loves caramel apples.
Caramel apples in Minnesota are the best. And caramel apples at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival are even better.
They were pretty good, yes.
They were amazing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just amazing. My number 4 thing that I liked about the Renaissance Festival is just chilling at the Queen's Pub, having a brew, listening to music.
Sycamore's Gap was playing.
With my date here. So it was just kind of cool. And it did kind of make me feel like maybe I was stepping back in time of what it might have been like, although I had a plastic cup. I wouldn't have had that back then.
My number 3 is the Danger Committee Ninja Silent but Deadly show. That was so funny. I typically get nervous, and I did also get nervous at their show. I mean, when sharp objects are getting thrown or fires are being started, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if something horrible happens?
Oh yeah.
But nothing horrible happened, and they were hilarious.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
They were. It was a good time. The number 3 thing I like about the Renaissance Festival is just the people watching. That's entertainment in itself. There is so much. Everywhere you look, it's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And people there are very dedicated to it. And it's really cool to see that passion.
Time for number 2.
Yes.
My number 2 is the Tortuga Twins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're so fun.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought they were hilarious. I always enjoy going to their show. I was really happy to see that they were there again.
I'm just gonna say it didn't make my list. I enjoyed it, but it didn't make it. My number 2 is, I like the fact that they now call it the Ren Fest because I can't spell Renaissance, and back in the day, it wasn't called the Ren Fest, so I like that it's called the Ren Fest now.
But it's been called the Ren Fest for at least 15, 20 years.
But when I first went there, I never heard it called. In fact, this was the first year I've ever heard of it referenced as Ren Fest, and I'm like, yes! Now I don't have to try to spell Renaissance, and that's what I like.
The key to spelling Renaissance is it's 1 and 2 S's.
No, I
That's
can't.
what trips me up.
No, I don't want to listen. Ren Fest. R-E-N-N-F-E-S-T.
I think it's just 1 N.
Is there 1 N in Renaissance?
Yes.
Oh, darn it!
That's the key to spelling Renaissance. Is it's 1 and 2 S's.
Anyway, well, this makes it even better because it's only 1 N. That's what I like. That's number 2.
All right, for my very favorite number 1 Minnesota Renaissance Festival 2024 thing to do is to go and see the Puke Snot performance. I am sporting Puke Snot's merch. Hopefully that can be seen. I remember seeing them when I was a little girl 41 years ago, and I just absolutely have always loved their show. And every year I get a little nervous that it's not going to be back because they've been doing it for 50 years.
Yeah.
And every year I'm delighted that it's still there.
The top thing that I liked. Mine was the Danger show with the ninja.
Oh, yes.
I had same feelings when you were explaining everything. I was like, yep. So we had some matchups, you know, not in the same ones. The audience interaction, they were like, just at the top of their heads coming out with some of the funny stuff and laughing. But then the Danger, you're like, he's gonna throw a knife and he's gonna cut his arm off. I don't wanna see this, but I have to keep watching. Yeah, and see, that's what's so neat about the Renaissance Festival. There's always something going on everywhere, so it's just like, whoa.
Yes.
Good times.
Very good times. And there are so many things that didn't make the list not because they weren't excellent, but because we were each limited to 5 things.
Yeah.
The weather ended much better than it started today, thank goodness.
It was a little scary. I was a little worried that it was going to be miserable because rain and a festival, not fun. A tip, if you're coming to this, bring cash because you're going to want to tip the artists.
And not all of them are able to do Venmo.
Yeah.
And then also bring cash because some of the food stands and drink stands you have to pay in cash. They don't accept anything else.
Yep.
Which is fine because if you do forget, there are ATM machines.
Tons of ATM machines, but they charge you $3.50 as of 2024.
How did you like your time?
This Renaissance Festival has been going on for years, and I probably came 30 years ago. It seems very much the same from what I remember, but it's also different. I think there's a lot more people that dress up and play the role than what I remember back in the day in terms of just the people attending, or was I just oblivious? Probably oblivious, you know.
I always remember people dressing
Really?
up. But my first time here was 40 or 41 years ago. I was either 5 or 6. I must have been 5 because I went to kindergarten and said I saw a unicorn and my kindergarten teacher called me a liar. And I'm still mad about it, Mrs. Crouch.
You know, that's not a good kindergarten teacher. Come on.
And I saw a unicorn today, so I know
Yeah.
I saw one when I was 5.
Proof. I think we need to write her a letter. I think I'm much more observant now than I was back then, so maybe it's all
But
the
this
same.
isn't about you, it's about the Renaissance Festival.
Well, I know, but I'm comparing what I thought of the Renaissance Festival years ago and now.
Oh, okay. Should we give it a thumbs up?
Oh, a thumb up a bump?
Yes, thumb up a bump. It's been a while since we've done this. And then also, because it's a Renaissance Festival, I think we have to give it a huzzah.
Okay.
Huzzah
Huzzah! Where
to
was
the
that
Renaissance
from? What's
Festival.
that?
Have you not heard it all day? Huzzah to the tipper! Huzzah to the tipper!
I guess I'm not very observant.
He's still oblivious.
Thanks for watching. Bye.